This is the Afro Perspective Podcast, the home of over-opinionated young voices.
So the next topic to talk about,
Black people versus the media.
I'm sorry. I'm not talking to the mic. Alright, so you're right there.
In my space for
Everything good, man.
Technician. Pick up the damn set. Hype International. There, you know that one there. Anyway, black people versus the media, the portrayal versus the reality. And the reason why my brother.
I like how you put that as black people versus the media, but carry on.
It's not.
No. I think it's a great. I think it's a great title. The reason why I say this is because I've seen a few stories of late, and I've seen a few stories going back time where it always seems like you can, obviously maybe from a British perspective in this country, it almost seems like you can do no right. If you are black, the media will always try to vilify you. So in the sense where you would have, let's use Marcus Rashford as an example. So Marcus Rashford, as I said in the last podcast, big up Marcus. He's been trying to feed the poor children, big up your damn self. And now, big up yourself again, he's got a new scheme with some books, which is very important to anybody.
Young kids.
Yeah, onto reading, which is in 2020 is very, very important. Yeah, everyone knows if your reading grade is up, if you can read well, that means you can comprehend well.
That's because he didn't read until he was 16.
No, he said he didn't have books in the house.
Oh,
I didn't hear that as well.
He said he didn't read until about 16.
Wow. He didn't know how to read properly until he was
which is crazy.
And that's why he felt a need to do what he's doing.
It's more common than people think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people going through the school system that don't necessarily read that good and come out the other side, and then it's like, what do I do now? So it's a very good thing that he's doing. Yeah. But along with this headline came another headline, and the headline was, well, basically Marcus Rashford spends £2 million on splashing out on 5 new homes, but it. Yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah,
that's how.
But the way that the headline was written, it was in a negative way.
Yes,
because
of what he did prior.
Yeah, but because black people can't do it right for too long.
Not for any time amount.
And this is kind of what I'm getting at. So it seems like he's done no wrong as a golden boy. It's pretty much a golden boy in football. I was looking up for some dirt on him. I couldn't find any.
You trying yourself to be a journalist?
No, because I think if you're a young, whatever colour you are, if you're a young footballer,
you always try to look for something in your past.
Coming up being a poor kid, and then you get giving all this money, I'm actually expecting you to wild out a little bit. You're not used to this money. Yeah. I think it's within, not necessarily you're right, but from history, it kind of tells you give a poor person a lot of money who's come from.
They do something silly.
It's his money, he can do what he wants with his money.
He's squeaky clean, and the media is still trying to find reasons to gun him. And to me, it's like, why are you doing
so if he wasn't squeaky clean, is that not giving the right to spend his money on what he wants?
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They would have done it. They would have done it regardless.
And then there's another issue here. So it's actually a good thing what he's doing. If you play football, so he's 23 years old.
Wow, is that how you get?
Yeah.
He's done so
look how
well.
mature what he's doing, right? He's probably got another. Let me not put a number on it, but between 10 and 12 years.
His career,
and that's if he doesn't get injured. Like a lot of sports people, they get into a situation if they get injured or they come out the game or anything can happen in sports, and then you're not getting that same money you was getting before. Investing in 5 or 6 houses is actually a very good idea.
It's a good move.
Yeah, and to be fair, had another footballer who doesn't so happen to look like Marcus Rashford invested in £2 million
into 5 houses.
That's
no one would have said anything.
Would be absolutely applauded.
Yeah.
And
has he got kids?
I don't
know.
Not yet.
Not yet. But again, you're planning. If you buy 5 or 6 houses,
that's an investment.
You are planning for your future. Nobody can tell you otherwise.
Why is it investment? I don't understand how. But then again,
yes, you do.
I can't even say I don't understand.
The media aren't looking at it like.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm now at a stage where I expect certain things.
Okay.
And the reason why I expect certain things is because I'm kind of wise to the fact that to how tabloid media works and to how media and propaganda machines work. So when I studied history back at GCSE level, we had a module that kind of taught us critical thinking.
Okay.
And whenever you analyze a newspaper article, the first thing when you if you critically analysing it, you say the source is biased
Yeah, you start off.
The source is full of propaganda.
Yeah.
And then you weigh. But essentially, the first two things you say is the source is biased. And the source is biased.
And then you break it down.
And then you break down why the source is biased.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when you look at a newspaper like the Daily Mail, they have their bias, and they have a reason why they have their bias, because it sells to their particular
demographic
that they're trying to sell to. You can't, they can't be seen to be siding with marketers, because guess what? Their users, their readers are going to turn on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
what is this rubbish?
And at the same time, I'm not saying that they're right.
Well, they're not right.
I'm not saying that they're right.
Go on.
But I'm happy to sit down and listen to their opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's. I just don't think it's their opinion. I think they're just doing it for the money, because they can. It's their job to do that.
But if you
you mean the newspapers?
Yeah, it's their job to do that.
Yeah,
can you go into the thread? Go into the thread.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it might be their opinion. I'm not saying it's not their opinion, but what I'm saying is it's what they have to do in order to sell.
But that's kind of what Tinashe was saying. Though. That's kind of what he was saying.
I want you to hear how they have to do what they've got to do. So
what
are we doing the comparison?
Right?
What are you wanting?
I want pull up the
article.
The article. And see some of the responses that you got on.
I've got the responses. I've got the tweet.
Twitter.
I've got the tweet responses already. I've got the
screenshot.
So
right.
and this is the thing, Anton. I like to. Instead of getting enraged by somebody else's opinion, I like to
see where they're coming
from.
I do that now. From. I've grown to that.
And it's almost like you have to have that.
You have to
grow into that to be able to say, all right, then you're racist, but let me tell me why you're racist.
Yeah.
All right.
Your psyche into.
I've got a different perspective view, but we'll go through the tweets and go through it. So one person said, I mean, you could spend that 2 million in further helping your cause, but hey, you do what you want, Marcus. Yeah. So I almost feel like the propaganda that you're talking about is pushing the narrative that Marcus is pretending to be this all-saving grace.
But he is.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But they're trying to. They don't have any dirt, so they're almost trying to dig and push the dirt on him, so that people were like, "Oh yeah, well, you spent 2 million on properties when you could have."
It's not dirt.
I know that, and you know that.
But it's
so what? So
it's
like all his money has to be in his left hand, and he has to spend all that money in his left hand to this.
But
he can't have none in his right to spend on himself.
If he really believed in it, he would go broke to do it.
Yes, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
It's like these idiots are not clever enough to compute the fact that just because Marcus Rashford earns so much does not give him any form of obligation to feed kids. And I said this last week.
Right, here's another one. Go on.
He doesn't have no obligations to feed the kids, so he doesn't have to spend his money. All he's doing is having dialogue with the government and
saying, look, there's an issue here.
To say, we have an issue here. And that's how sometimes, what's the word? Anthropology, is it?
I don't know.
That's how charity works sometimes. Sometimes it's about having a voice. Spending your own resources, because he's got a family to feed.
Do you know what triggered me the most?
Go on.
Is how they pushed the story of the other footballer, the white one, that bought a house for his mum.
There we go. Yeah.
It's No. That's what triggered me the most.
So let's do that. Go on. So what was the difference?
I can't remember. So they just put
there was a footballer with the
whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Bought a £2 million house for his mum. End of story. And then there was Marcus Rashford. When they were like,
what was this in the same article? Same
newspaper.
Same day.
What was it?
No, different.
Was it? I'm sure it was the Daily Mail.
No, it was the same.
They were all newspapers were pushing it. The story that
they do that a lot though.
Yes.
They do.
But the question. So Tinashe, you're saying the reason why is because of the readers, so they're pandering to the readers.
Yeah, they're literally.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
They're doing it.
That's their job.
The readers are going to compare with.
So in that case, as a black person in the Starlight, you have to literally just assume that you are never going to be treated fairly.
Because I don't care.
You see
I'm not saying you should care. I'm just saying that's the dialogue that we're giving. That's the reality that we're giving. So that is the core reason is still therefore that Britain is a very
but you see what it is though. Marketing's marketing, innit? When it comes to newspapers, any attention's attention. Whether it's bad attention or good attention, they're not bothered.
Because people will be sharing it and saying, "You put this in,"
because you can't see who's writing it.
Yeah.
So they're not bothered about what they're writing because they know that the public can't see them.
They might have
and
written
they can't run them down if they're in the
taking
street.
it to their head.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
so they're not
change
bothered.
that.
As long as they're getting paid and people are viewing the newspaper and whatnot, they don't care. They really don't care. I was saying this on Facebook the other day about the Sainsburys thing. Yeah. But we're about to get to it. We'll get
10 then.
Alright.
What Sainsbury's thing did you post?
Let's go into Sainsbury's.
We can't. By the way, we can't leave off this topic without talking about Lewis Hamilton. I'll put that in there. Right?
Yeah, we'll put that as well.
Yeah. So go on.
The Sainsbury's thing. I was saying.
So what I go on for Sainsbury's?
Obviously, I've not seen the advert because I'm not bothered. To be honest, I'm really not bothered.
I've seen it.
It's just an advert to me, and I've just seen the uproar. That's all I've seen. So
Listen, you've got Uncle Desmond in the advert.
Yes.
You got Jermaine in the advert.
Jermaine with the cornrows.
Which is
You got Levi with the afro.
which is cool. But you know the thing is.
Cocoa butter in there.
You know the thing is, when it comes to these things, yeah,
too much seasoning.
I don't react in a certain way because I want it to become the norm to see these things.
Why do you want it to become the norm though?
Because for me to see a black person on on an advert for Sainsbury's, I want it to be normal. I don't want it to be this thing where everyone has to say something about it.
Representation is key to Nashe.
Like the reason why I say that is because we're so normalised to seeing white people on TV. Why can't it be the same with black people?
Because white people always feel like it's a
Let me
norm.
ask you guys. Let me ask you guys a question. Right? Do you honestly think that Sainsbury's didn't see this coming?
Oh yeah.
Yes, they probably did. But you know what?
Alright.
But
So
listen,
little genius
but like
in
I've just said to you, yeah, marketing is marketing, attention is attention. They're not
It's
business.
not about
Do you remember
representation, it's about marketing.
Do you remember H&M?
So you think
I agree. It works.
they wanted their
It
name
works.
in the media? to
H&M
be
did it with the
in
monkey
competition?
and the kid.
Exactly. When you think about it, yeah,
They all do it.
Anton,
They
do
all do
black
it.
people really shop in Sainsbury's?
A few. But not many.
Nah, they got to Martin's
I mean,
still.
no.
Collectively, no.
That's
people.
unnecessary.
As the Tesco's.
Well, do you know what? I hear what you're saying. But do you know what? Sometimes I understand what you're saying.
Shop in Sainsbury's,
I get what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. But my point was is that my point was is that everyone's falling into the hands of the media yet again because they're doing it on purpose and everyone's causing an uproar. And I always says
because I said I didn't realize there was 3 adverts that they were coming out with.
They did say one of 3.
They did it on purpose.
They did say one of 3.
I didn't know that. I just thought this was the one.
If you go on YouTube, check the joke. If you go on YouTube and you look at the
one's muted.
the first one, the
comments
comments are
are
muted.
turned
So
They had to mute it.
no.
They did.
Why though?
Yeah, but did they mute
Was
it?
it muted
So they
from the
knew.
start?
Yeah, they had to.
Yes, what I mean, did they mute it from the start or
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, they would have muted that because people would be going in.
But why did they know? They knew people would
Yeah. That's why they released it in that
Still going
order.
on the second
I don't disagree with you 100%. I reckon they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, of course they do. Come
I
on,
always feel
look at the
sorry.
climate. Look at the climate we're in right now.
I almost feel sorry for the white people
With
that
BLM.
lashed out.
Yeah, all that thing. Of course, they know exactly what they're doing. This is the right time.
Check this, right? You know, like how we're outraged.
I didn't say I was outraged.
I'm not outraged.
Don't put no words in my
You know,
mouth.
like how black people
Man said where.
some type of way about.
Yeah.
You know what?
these kind of
I've
topics,
seen.
yeah. You've got to understand. If, for example, certain people were to watch the Afro Perspective podcast, they'd be looking and thinking, "Oh my gosh, what are these guys talking about? These guys are so racist." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but-
Just like you've been called racist before,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
right? At some point. No, come on, let's be honest.
I'm
Right?
listening,
I've been called racist.
Yes, you have.
I have never been called racist.
Right? And you know the reason why. Because you make people uncomfortable by talking about issues
that affect you.
That
That's
affect-
true.
yeah.
But you're stating facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're stating facts.
I'm trying to. Can you land? Because where are you going with this point? No, because I'm trying to work out. Like, if you are saying that this podcast makes people feel away, yes, we do.
But you know what? I don't. But this is the
really-
thing. I'll say this from now. Right? If you feel a way about this podcast, yeah, don't watch it.
That's what Tanasi said right.
This is the reason why I didn't watch the Sainsbury's advert. Because it's not my place to watch it. I'm not bothered. You understand what I'm saying? No, I said the same thing about people on my Facebook as well. Because I'm a very on my Facebook. Yeah,
it's not for you.
If you don't want to see it, there's a delete button.
No, but right.
Simple as that.
Have you ever actually sat down and thought, you know what, yeah? You've had a back and forth with somebody on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
You know you're right.
Yeah.
You speak in righteousness.
Yeah. I don't speak unless I'm right.
But just that, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? if that person feels some type of way about a topic or whatever, you've had a back and forth or whatever, and they look at you some type of way, right? Even though they're in the wrong,
that's their
business. Do you not
business.
have a moment in yourself where you can empathize and say,
I understand
how they
but
might
I don't
not
empathize.
necessarily
Yeah, I get that. I understand, but I don't care.
And this is the thing. People care too much about
because this is the thing. This is
okay. So hold on. So your argument is people give too much of a toss, basically, about what going on.
People don't realize that we live in a multicultural society, and you're not always going to have people that are going to concur with or that
Everything
are going
that
to
you
identify with your cause. Just like I don't
Okay.
care about animal rights.
Hold on.
I don't care about killing cows or whatever.
Yeah, but hold on.
Somebody else will be like,
no, Tinashe, there is a difference. Right, so you don't care about animal rights, right?
and human rights and animal rights are different.
Okay, hold on. No, that's not what I mean.
People
That's
don't
that's not my point. So let's equal them for a second, right? Just imagine they're equal. There are certain things in this world that I don't agree with. You will not find me putting energy into those things. You will not catch me under any of those threads. Yeah, because I literally don't care. Whatever you're doing or animal rights or whatever.
but I feel like people do that though.
Yeah,
I think people.
My point is, where are you finding this energy? Yeah, to then be like you seen the Sainsburys ad, but you didn't like it.
Boredom. Everyone's at home in lockdown.
So you said it because
Boredom.
people are on furlough.
What you need to what you need to realize is, these working class people, that don't see the outside world because they're at work from 9 to 5. They go home, bed, work 9 to 5, and now they're at home and they're actually seeing what's going on outside of their area. They've got time to go and type on things, and they've got time to get upset. Otherwise, when they're at work, they ain't got time to get upset. So when everyone's in lockdown now, and there's a Sainsburys advert, there's a listen. They've had time to see throughout the day, the Becks because they've got time to the Becks. Otherwise, they'll be at work 9 till 5.
They even seen the advert.
They're going home, bathing, having food, and going to bed. But because they've got time.
Do you think because of lockdown, a lot more people have had time to comment on things that they've seen on
100%.
So the BLM stuff,
100%.
the Britain's Got Talent stuff.
Alright, so
everyone's got more energy.
Do you really think the protest would have been as big if it wasn't in lockdown?
No.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
It gained a lot of traction on social media
as well, because a lot of people had the time at home.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I understand all those arguments and I don't disagree. But do you not feel like there needs to be some sort of protection? So if I mention Lewis Hamilton, for example. So Lewis and Hamilton, as far as I am aware, and people run in the comments and cost me if I'm wrong, but I've seen him, give the odd pussycat all the wine. But as far other than that, I ain't really seen this guy do anything other than win races.
Yeah, but why would you want to look for it though?
Hold on a second. He wins races for Britain. Yeah. So regardless of him mentioning BLM or whatever, he's winning races for England. Right. And they're still treating him like shit.
He was born in Britain.
Yeah, but
he's not even. He's mixed race.
Yeah, but look at Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, boy.
Same thing.
Lewis is getting worse. No, Lewis is getting worse.
Until he started talking about
BLM.
Yeah, same with Somsey. That's what it is. But they'll still represent him.
Okay.
Because it's fighting for their country.
No, guys. Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
We live in England.
Okay.
What percentage of England is black?
4.
Oh, is it gone up?
Yeah,
4%.
This is old.
So
yeah, it's old.
Right. You're from Jamaica.
Mix up business.
Yeah,
I'm a Caribbean boy.
What is that? Mixed race?
I'm gonna beat him up after.
What is it?
No, my mom's from Jamaica. My dad's from St. Vincent.
Vincent. Oh gosh,
St. Vincent.
Vincent Lucian,
Yeah.
Vincent.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm half and half. He's playing games.
I'm full breed.
Oh, Dad. Here we go.
She's a confused guy in these.
Hey, I am not confusing.
No, alright. Anyway, and I'm Zimbabwean, right?
Right.
If I was in Zimbabwe, and with my Zimbabwean pride,
but there's a fundamental issue.
I saw a video with a whole white family.
Yeah.
He's bringing this.
I might not necessarily identify with it.
Okay.
I might not necessarily be vocal about it.
Exactly.
And I know that there's a good proportion of the population that's going to be inclined to say.
Yeah, but in Zimbabwe, the population of white people is not 4%.
No. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
There's actually probably more.
Yeah, but if you're in Zimbabwe and you walk out in the street, are you gonna see a white person straight away?
He's gonna see white people.
You're gonna see
more
white
than
as much as if you was in England and a white person
not
coming
like
out.
England, obviously.
That's my point.
This is my point. Zimbabwe is a majority black country.
So he's saying basically flip the script.
I'm flipping the script.
So in Zimbabwe,
black people, this is the problem. Black people are so used to looking at the situation from a minority's perspective,
right?
Yeah. If you were a majority, how would you look at things?
There are two major.
But this is the thing, though. I wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah, because
this is my whole point. I'm trying to see it as a norm.
Yeah,
because
but
it's
so
not really
what?
impacting you.
Yeah, but
so why does
of the majority that's going to be bothered where representation is concerned? Just like how black people are saying,
and then Sainsbury's slaps you with
is important.
And Sainsbury's slaps you with video 2 out of 3, and it's a full white family.
Remember, right? You might say, you're not bothered, right?
Mixed.
No, Anton. You might say you're not bothered, right? But when black people are saying this is important for us, they're saying this is important for us because of the issue of representation.
Okay.
Yes.
So if black people feel like they're being represented, there's going to be a portion of white people that are going to feel like they're not being represented, regardless of whether they're.
All right, let's put it like this then. Okay, let's put it like this then. Yeah. So let's put it like this. So imagine the family wasn't all black and it was a mixed race family. A black father, a white woman, a mixed race kid.
That's what we used to.
How do you think the racists would have reacted then?
They wouldn't have. Not as much.
All right, so in Zimbabwe, imagine if that would have happened now.
Yes.
It was a white man with a Zimbabwean woman and mixed race kids.
They would have probably said something.
They would have said something.
I don't know.
But not as much as these people.
There's an issue
to
here.
me.
There's 2 issues here. Issue number 1 is representation is foolishness when it comes to Christmas adverts, because usually Christmas adverts usually involve carrots and all other kinds of aliens, and you know what I mean. So when you're talking about
black people butter Christmas anyway, but
done with that.
Representation.
No.
Done with Christmas.
No, Tinashe, don't go on like we asked for this. Yeah, this is the other issue. Yeah, people start talking about black people ask for representation. We didn't ask for our representation in Christmas adverts.
But we're happy to be.
No, we're happy that people are uncomfortable with seeing our faces on the advert. Nobody asked for this. There was no black meeting where we said, you know what, we need to take over Christmas. That did not happen, right?
The thing, Anton, the reason, what I'm probably trying to land is the fact that, black people have been on TV. Yeah, some people are going to feel some type of way about it, but guess what? I kind of expect them to.
Yeah, that's true.
And if they feel some type of way about
it is.
They have the right to feel some type of way about it. They don't have the right to do something about it.
Well, yeah, they do.
Yeah, but that's that.
As a human, you can do anything you want.
They can't do nothing about it. Do you know what I mean?
You can
my point is,
moan.
My point is,
right in
I
the
just
letter.
think black people need to wake up and realise that
We are not
this is not
where we are from.
We're not we're not a majority, and we don't need to be accepted.
You know what it is?
Are we going into the historical?
I don't care
It's a
about.
threat.
I don't care about.
Are we
It's a
going
threat.
into the historical?
It's just a threat to them, innit?
I've not
You know what it is? It's a threat to them because as soon as they see it, oh my god, black people on TV.
That means we're now going again.
It's like, yo,
They're making
do you know
headway.
what I mean? Yeah, they're getting in there, they're coming in, blah, blah, blah. Come on. They've had a whole summer of seeing Black Lives Matter in their face.
They're already done, innit? Already done.
They're Christmas by
come on.
Anton, when something's normal to you, when you start to see, and this is the thing, black people
There's a change happening, do you reckon?
It's happening.
There's a transition.
There's a transition.
100%.
That transition is always going to be uncomfortable.
And black people are smiling.
That have been comfortable within the status quo.
Yeah.
There's a big transition going on.
Imagine if you was on the right side of the race.
What, privilege? So you're on the right side of privilege.
If you was on the right side of privilege, if you had privilege, would you want to really share your privilege? Let's be honest.
You
Subconsciously, without bothered.
No.
But as long as I've still got it.
As long as you've still got one.
Hold on. By equaling the playing field, you are losing your. Now, if you equal, they're not equaling. They're not equaling it. But if they're equaling it, there is no privilege. That means what you gain, I lose.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Equality is a threat to privilege. So people that have privilege are always going to.
Okay, so what's the
upper hand?
I
agree. So
I get that.
So what do we do about
it? The point is, I expect it. We shouldn't give a fuck.
That's my point. That's what I said in the beginning.
I don't think that as many.
I don't care.
I don't think as many black people are outraged as you think. I almost feel that.
No, I'll tell you the
just
truth.
laughing at
I'll
the
tell you one
fact
I saw a lot of
of the
people laughing.
reaction.
I saw on my Facebook. I saw a lot more white people outraged than black people.
Thank
Why
you.
do you think black
A lot of black people are
No,
expecting
not
it.
racist about it.
No, just laughing about it. Is it what's
if-
going on? Is
yeah,
it
like, why the fuck are
why
people
we doing
bothered?
this?
Yeah.
A lot of black people I've seen, personally, just from my
Just laughing at
experience,
the whole situation.
we're not, Tanasha, we're not surprised. In 2020, we've been dealing with this shit for
Guys,
years.
also,
We're not.
you know when you talk about the white people that's on your page, you're probably gonna have liberal or lefties. You're gonna have right-wing white people
That's
are gonna
true.
call it out and say, "What the fuck?"
No, I've seen a couple of them. I just blocked them straight away.
Exactly.
You block them.
Yeah,
So your
straight away.
Facebook is not representative.
Your Facebook is not representative of the white spectrum. When you really look at the white spectrum, there's some of them right.
Okay, hold on.
Lie.
But my Facebook is representative of the black spectrum, and I've seen a lot of people just laugh at it because we're used to it. It's normal.
Yeah, it's got to that point where you have to laugh.
Yeah, you have to laugh.
Otherwise it's
I
draining.
always laugh.
I've not seen that many people burning flags because people are angry at the Sainsburys adverts. Like, it's not that deep. Yeah, it's almost funny. You got to think about it. For the first time ever in life, for this long period of time since BLM's been flying its flag, certain white people have been uncomfortable.
Right.
That doesn't make me uncomfortable.
No,
So for the first time in my life, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
The first time in your
No,
life,
I'm comfortable.
the manager at work actually had that conversation.
We had
with
a
you about
had a letter.
racism and BLM or whatever.
The old
It's
email,
actually starting-
round
But
robin.
here's the thing: the conversation about race is starting to be formalized.
It's
Yes,
that
fact.
means-
Yes, it's a
yeah.
fact. It's happening in the workplace.
Back in the days,
George,
you've had me on Facebook years, right? And you've seen how many scraps I've had with people, and I've seen how many scraps with, which is why I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me get around on the podcast because I like how you express yourself. I like how
You articulate yourself well.
You articulate
Yeah.
yourself well, and
Beat them bad enough. You beat them bad.
and I like blunt people. I like somebody that will look at me and say, you know what? Yeah. This is fuckery or whatsoever, and I know where I stand with you. And I think that I can't have that whole
In between.
or
Fence
whatever.
people.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's the person that's gonna kill you or that's gonna stab you behind your back.
Yeah, forget all that.
So that's why I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's get real on it
Yeah, man.
because we can
Yeah, we
have
can talk
them
things.
kind of conversations.
Yeah. So what? How are we wrapping this up? So
what?
no, how are we wrapping this up? So it's basically saying it's to be expected.
So the Sainsbury's advert.
No, Sainsbury's advert, Lewis Hamilton, Marcus Rashford,
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling, because he's another one who gets kicked
what-
off.
what happened?
Beat up.
No, it's just
I don't know the
usually
situation.
Raheem Sterling ain't done nothing, you know. But in the media, they beat him.
What do you mean?
They
Oh,
beat
yeah,
him.
they always,
Bad.
they always find some.
I'm not even
Because he's like
even
one of the
googling
number-
it. I got the
Allow
Raheem
it,
Sterling
allow
stuff,
it,
but I'm not
because
even googling it. But
we expect
they're
it.
always beating him.
What,
something.
the man with the gun on his leg?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and he gave the reason for why he had it on his leg as well, and they were having it.
Is this a tattoo? What gun
Yeah,
in his
he's
leg?
got like a.
Gun, his dad get shot or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got a tattoo of a gun in his leg,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they tried slating him for it, but he said, "Well, it's represent my father, innit?"
But again, if you look at the people in that slating, for example, look right now. Piers Morgan is very
Left wing.
Yeah, you know
he's
what he is
changed.
now.
No,
He's changed.
Piers used to. I'm sure he worked for the Daily Mail at
Yeah,
one
yeah,
point.
yeah. He's
This
swung.
guy
He's
was
definitely
very-
swung.
His swung now is kind
What
of.
does that tell you?
He
Man's
made the
working for the
point in it to
masses.
say why is Lewis Hamilton and
Not been knighted.
and Marcus Rashford not being knighted yet?
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Gaslighting the team.
He's playing the system, and you know what?
Good luck to him.
But you need to be careful, you know, because some of these people might be
Come through.
Piers
employed by the right.
Piers Morgan says something
blame.
for black people cream their pants.
Yeah.
Oh, Piers is for us now. Yeah.
It's like, nah, Piers has been saying fuckery for years.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Nah, you know.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap this segment up. I didn't realize it was gonna go this long.
Bro,
Each segment's
we have to have a
thing.
part 2, you know, Carl. Why?